this is my situation. So this is the dining room table. Many people sit here, and sometimes my wife or friends come over and they need to get a cable. They need to charge their phone, or they actually, my wife, if she's sitting and working with her laptop, she needs to get a charger or a cable coming across from, usually from the left here where the sofa is, it comes across. For example, if she needs a lightning cable, it has to come across from the sofa like that over to the table. And that means you have to watch when you come this way because of the cable. So I wanted to come up with an idea with come up with a better idea, a more efficient idea. And I think I thought of it. So I'm looking at the situation. There's a light above, and how can I get a wire, instead of coming from across from the sofa there to the table, just at the table? I was thinking of a battery, USB battery, or a battery, charging it, and you put it on the table and let people take power from there. But then you have to make sure you remember to charge the battery. So I came up with this. I saw this and I said, you know what, let me try this out. So we're gonna try that out. The actual lamp above the table has 3 light bulbs, which is great. And I'm gonna use 2 of the 3 light bulbs. We usually only keep one on anyway. So this is what I saw. This is one of the very few products. I think this is the only product I saw like this. It's a 2-pack of a lightning screw-on USB. So I came up with taking care of the USB problem. I'm going to put the light bulb on top and USB cables from hang them down. I don't necessarily have to have the cables there all the time, but I'll keep them in an area that I can just plug them in, that I have access to. And then I thought of something else. Instead of putting in a light on both of them, only putting these 2 up, and probably not really using the lights I have above. Like I said, we usually only keep one on, so it's not necessary for us to keep them, these work. I just usually don't put them on because it's so bright at the table and we already have lights above. So I usually only keep one light on. And what I did was I bought an additional item, which is this, which will allow me to run an extension cord so I could add now even power. So I have USB power and regular power. Let me show you my setup that I'm going to do. Let's open this up. Let's open everything up. This is everything that I purchased, 2 separate packaging, but this is how I'm going to use them. So let's do a close-up look at the bulb USB, which is pretty cool. Let me get a close-up look on that information. That I can't scan because it's, so you can get all your information. On and off switch. It's a lot smaller than it looked in the picture, that's for sure. It's another thing too why I do these videos, because the pictures, I really, on a lot of products I buy, don't do it justice. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. I try to do some weird measurements on this. It's going to be hard because of its shape. This is a USB. Now it's more geared, if you see the pictures, towards lamps. Put them in a lamp. You can run cables on the lamp, so you won't have to have cables, unsightly cables coming from across the ground or the floor or across your sofa like I don't like. And the on and off for the USB, I believe, but we'll make sure of that. Okay, it's a regular light bulb plug-in. This is weird to measure. And the height is not... Let me get my visual to get an idea. It's going to be tough. Okay, 2.5 or 2. Let me try to get a round measurement. This is a lot smaller. I don't know if you could tell in the video than in the pic than looked in the picture. I thought it was going to be a lot larger. And it's about 8 3/4 inches total round. And it fits a bulb just fine. Okay, so it doesn't lower the light. As you can see, this lamp, I don't want the light to go too low. I thought that might be an issue, but it's not. It's actually not that much higher in height. So let me do a height measurement or a rough estimate of how much more. So it turns out the on and off is also for the light. So it's going to be for the light also. In measuring they're all the same bulbs. So in trying to get a rough estimate. So measuring this, I don't know if you can see, it probably measures, let's say there, about 4.5, right? Adding this adapter only, let me see how much taller it makes it. And again, this is a rough. I'm trying to use my fingers. It's kind of hard, but I'm gonna say 1 inch. 1 inch longer from screwing it in. It's not that much of a bigger. It doesn't come out too much. I thought it was going to be too long. Sort of like those adapters you buy to add these plugs. They tend to be really long, like 3 inches. And if you're just making it, putting in the bulb, now you can't even put the bulb in. So this is perfect. It's still tucked away. You really can't even tell that it's a USB charger. Which is what I wanted. So my next move is going to be to add an extension cord. So this is the extension cord, and this is my idea. What I'm going to do is, on this second one, instead of putting a light, I'm going to, and again, this is going to be off most of the time, only when needed is it going to be on. And this is the way it'll work, like this. And it'll be a portable extension charging cable without having wires strewn through the whole house, or laid out through the whole house for it. So this is my usual wife's setup. Sometimes there's even more cables. So she has her laptop and her phone at the kitchen table, and she has cables strewn or going along all over the place. So you'll have a cable here. So now when you're coming across the table, or you need to come to the window or something, you can't come on this side. You have to come on the other side because there's just not enough room. The cables are in the way. Sometimes people knock them down, and this is the the magnetic cable, so that comes right out. Sometimes you pull the cable and the phone goes flying, and the cable comes across, because we have a USB on the other side of the sofa. It comes across the sofa like this, so you have to be careful when you're at the sofa that you don't sit on the cable and pull on it, and that, you know, and it becomes a little bit of a hassle. It's one of those major first world problems, you know, and we have to come up with a solution. So I can't. Now, when I'm at the table, or my wife's at the table, this is my setup. This is how I'll have it set up. By charging my phone, or her phone, laptop, or her laptop, plugged it in there instead of having a cable coming from across that way or from across that way. It'll all be here, and then after I'm done, I can just remove it. Now, just want to make a note also. The USB, the on and off switch, is just for the light. Just for the light. You can't turn on and off the USB at all. I turn that switch off. Let me see. So as you can see, my phone is charging, or I have a piece of tape, but the little light is on for the computer. You might not be able to see in the light, and it is on the off position. So let me turn it on the on. It doesn't matter. It's just on or off. It charges the USBs. Yeah, you can't see. The light is right there. Oh, okay, you can see it there. So let me see. Well, I take that back. Let me make a correction. The USB is always on, okay? The on and off is just for the light bulb. Just for the light bulb plug. So, of course, the laptop's going to turn on and off because it's plugged into the bulb area. So the bulb is controlled by the on and off switch there. So as you can see, the light is green. And that's green. And now if I turn it off, which it is right now, the light is dead now. It's off, but this is still charging. So that's how it works. And this is going to be my setup. I'm really, really happy with my purchase. This is the way it looks. Let me see if you can get the setup. So like I said, this will turn on and off. They both work. I tried them both out. No issues whatsoever. I like it. I really, really, really like it. Okay, I hope the video helps. I think I did a really good close-up of the item. Let me just end it with that. So I'm making sure I got a really good close-up of the thing. This is the setup with the bulb on it. So you can see also. And it's a lot smaller than I thought. This is the measurement of that area, and then you'd have to do a visual, but it looks like it's 1 3/8 once it's screwed in all the way. The distance that you need to have. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a great idea. Really cool idea. Make sure I'm doing a close-up view. I'll have the packaging at the end, everything at the end. I forget the measurement. It's E26, E27 or something. Normal size bulb, regular bulb I just plugged in, no problem. And there's a maximum, I think it's 200 watts that you could put in here. I just want to add, it's not Wi-Fi, it's nothing. It's a regular plug-in on and off switch. Has no internet or Wi-Fi capability. All right, so I hope you liked the video. Thank you. Bye.